stand by.
Hello, Philippines, and welcome to the country's ultimate talk show. I am Joash, your life guru, and for today, we are privileged to have this phenomenal woman who will be sharing with us about this particular religion. So, are you all excited to meet her? So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Aliah Barakan. Hi, Aliah. How are you doing?
Hello, Mr. Joash. Thank you so much for having me here. And so far, I'm doing really well.
That is awesome. So, can you please share with us something interesting about you?
Actually, I don't think there's something interesting about me. Just kidding. Well, I'm currently a third year college student taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English, and I love watching horror and crime documentaries whenever my boredom strikes. And apart from that, I also love writing and reading poems and short stories and watching anime while eating.
That is great. So, are you ready to unfold all the questions that I'll be throwing to you?
Honestly, I feel a little bit nervous, but yeah, I was born ready.
Here we go. So, in what religion do you belong? And can you please briefly enlighten us about that?
It may not be obvious in first glance because I'm not wearing any hijab or religious clothes at all, but I am a proud Muslim. And for starters, Islam is an Abrahamic monotheistic religion centered around the Quran and the teachings of Muhammad. Adherents of Islam, called Muslims, constitute between 1 to 1.8 billion globally and are the world's second largest religious population behind Christians. Islam teaches that God is one and incomparable, and our God is called Allah.
Who influenced or who encouraged you to be one?
I am a naturally born Islam, and I grew up in a Muslim household. Actually, my father wasn't a Muslim before. He was a Christian until he went through a conversion, or in our term, it is called Balik Islam, because we are not allowed to marry someone who isn't a Muslim as well.
Is it hard to be a Muslim in terms of lifestyle, socialization, or even in your personal journey?
Nothing is hard when you love what you're doing. And in my case, I love and embrace my religion. That's why I don't think being a Muslim is hard, even though we have to follow a lot of rules, like praying 5 times a day, and you know, we have to avoid a lot of things, food, and etc. That's okay, that's fine, because I love being a Muslim, and I am proud of being a Muslim.
So, what do you think is the main hindrance in fully embracing our Muslim brothers and sisters?
To me, the main hindrance in fully embracing our Muslim brothers and sisters is really discrimination. Because, admit it or not, discrimination happens not just in our religion, but in all religion, honestly. And I strongly believe that discrimination is a disease our world is struggling to cure.
Have you ever experienced any discrimination in terms of what you believe in?
Personally, I haven't experienced any brutal discrimination myself yet, and I hope I won't experience any because I believe that people nowadays are more matured enough and open minded from the people back then because I've heard a lot of stories. And if you compare the treatment to our Muslim brothers and sisters today from before, there is really a huge difference. You know, Muslims get bullied, harassed, hurt before because of just merely being a Muslim. You know, though I'm not saying that discrimination doesn't happen anymore because number one, whenever I scroll through my social media accounts, I could still see a lot of memes making fun of our religion. And in fact, yesterday I've seen a page where they post memes targeting different religions, including ours, but that's okay. And number two, the news. You see, I have observed this already even when I was a kid. There are some news channels that whenever the suspect is a Muslim, they don't identify them with their names. Instead, they identify them with their religion. Like, isang Muslim nahuling nagnakaw, isang Muslim nahulihan ng ipinagbabawal na gamot. You know, things like that. Even today, you won't hear any news coverage reporting that isang iglesia ni Cristo, blah blah blah, or isang Kristiyano, blah blah blah. And I think that's so unfair.
So how did you cope or respond to that?
I'm not the kind of person who loves to argue or gets easily offended with those kinds of things. So I just stay quiet. I usually choose silence and peace over violence, really. But when someone close to me or a family member gets bullied or harassed because of what we believe in, then that's completely a different story.
So before we move forward, can you please give us at least one trivia about the Muslim religion?
There are five key practices that all Muslims are obligated to fulfill throughout their lifetime. These practices are referred to as pillars because they form the foundation of Muslim life. The five pillars of Islam are Shahada, Salah, Zakat, Saum, and Hajj. The first one is the Shahada, or the declaration of faith in one God and His Messenger. And there follows the Salah, or the ritual prayer required of every Muslim 5 times a day throughout their lifetime. The third one is the Zakat, or the almsgiving. This is the act of giving a portion of a Muslim's wealth to those in need throughout their lifetime. The fourth one is the Saum, or the fasting. This is the act of fasting during the holy month of Ramadan. And for the last one, we have the Hajj, or the pilgrimage. This is the sacred pilgrimage to Mecca required of every Muslim at least once in their lifetime if it is within their means.
Wow, that is very impressive and overwhelming. Now, what do you think is the greatest misconception of people about our Muslim brothers or sisters, or even when it comes to that religion, the Muslim?
I think the common misconception of people about us is that we don't believe in Jesus and we are not interested in him. Because, in fact, Muslims highly respect Jesus as a prophet of God and value his teachings. Muslims often name their sons after Jesus, who they call as Isa, although they do not understand Jesus as the Son of God or understand that he died on the cross for the sins of mankind. The Quran, however, mentions Jesus 93 times, teaching that he performed miracles, was born of a virgin, and will return again in Messiah.
You know what? I am very much honored hearing you saying this to all of us from a lady like you. But as much as I want to spend time with you, we are already running out of time. So maybe next time, if you are still available, we are hoping and we will be glad to be inviting you once again to this show.
I really enjoyed guesting in your show, Mr. Joash, and I am looking forward to that.
But of course, we will not let you go out of this room without giving your message to our audience and to all the viewers out there. So, what is your message, Miss Aliah Barakan?
I just want to say that life is too short to fill our hearts with nothing but hatred and discrimination. So, while there's still time, let's just spread peace and love and make this world a happier and a better place to live in.
Thank you, Miss Aliah. Truly, pleasure is mine sharing the same platform with you. Truly, you are an inspiration.
Again, thank you so much for inviting me and thank you so much for spending time with us today. I hope I was able to provide some learnings and understanding about this matter. Thank you.
And there you have it, another day full of learning and inspiration. Once again, I am Joash, your life guru. Until next time, this is the home of inspiration.